G'day guys, welcome to Rum's Fish Room. So, I've got my work shirt on because we're about to get dirty. First up, we're swapping the canister filter over on the planted tank, which the planted tank is looking awesome since I swapped filters. It's way clearer. So, I'm really happy that I've gone back to the Nautilus, to be honest. It's also quieter. So we're going to do that. And then after that, I'm going to show you all the RC gear I've got. I'm trying to get my baja going, baja, or however you pronounce it. I know you guys will rip into me for that. But anyway, so after I finished recording, I actually got it to fire but not run. So it's obviously just got a blocked needle jet, idle jet. So I actually broke it, kind of trying to clean it. So I'm just going to get a new one. But anyway, you'll see that at the end. I figured it's not fish related, so I'll just put it at the end of the video. So if you're not interested in RC stuff, you don't have to watch it. You can turn the video off after I've done the fish stuff. Obviously, it's a vlog about my life, so motorbikes, RC, all of that sort of stuff. I want to get that involved on the channel, but I obviously know that the views are sometimes low on those videos because I know a lot of you are only here for the fish stuff. But anyway, let's get stuck into this canister filter. Alright, so just before we do, Siamese algae eaters have gone to town on the Braziliensis. It's cranking. For some reason they don't like that bit, but I think it might just be way too much Blackbeard. Maybe once they run out of Blackbeard on all this stuff, they might resort to that as a last resort, but even if I have to rip that bit out, I don't really care. That's a small price to pay. And like, look how many shoots are shooting through. It's wicked. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here to change this canister filter over. And I hate doing this. It's actually a nightmare. It's such a tight little space. And this little filter gets right in the way, so First of all, slide that back. Get some light in here. These taps. They're a pain to get to. Oh, you probably want to turn the filters off before you, I don't know. Oh, and it starts. Can you hear it dripping? Probably not, but the drip actually got worse since I last used this filter. I'm not really sure why, but I think I was playing with it, trying to get it work, trying to stop the leak a little while ago, and I actually made it worse. Alright, so I'm just going to take these hoses off. I'll do it off camera actually. Alright guys, so I'm not sure where I left off. I'm trying to do this in a hurry and I got carried away without the camera. So I've taken the old canister outside. I actually don't have patio lights at the moment because they got burnt down. But that's the broken piece there. It's literally just broken there. I spoke to Ryan today and my story wasn't quite correct. He told me the person who bought the canister back said that they took it out of the packet and that was broken. This piece sits there loosely in the packaging. I highly doubt that that was broken when he opened it, but I guess I could be wrong. And it's great that it got replaced straight away for the guy, but I still kind of think it might have been user error. But hey, who am I to say that it's user error? So anyway, my point behind me getting the story wrong, this canister is actually brand new. It's never even had water in it. It's only dirty because it's sat outside at Ryan's house. I don't know why I'm yelling, guys. But anyway, so I had to pull the canister apart to get that in. Pretty simple. 4 screws. So I actually damaged the old one getting it out. And then afterwards I realised I only had to undo 2 more screws to get it out gently. But that's alright. I can't sell the other one or anything. A, it leaks, and B, I've stolen parts off it, so it doesn't matter that I damaged it. But I'm super stoked. We've got a brand new impeller. Now we've got a spare impeller. And the one that's out there, I was talking to Ryan, and it's got the white baskets, and he said to me that that filter is probably at least 5 to 6 years old. So we're upgrading for a new and improved model. The only thing I am slightly worried about, I hope the old baskets are going to fit in the newer style canister filter. But let's go have a look. Alright guys, lucky we've got this handy dandy torch on the camera. Actually, the handle for that one is obviously, as you can see, not on it. It's in an undisclosed storage location that I don't remember. This one just popped out anyway. Oh, am I going to be able to do this with one hand? Oh, now it's stuck diagonal. I tell you what guys, vlogging has some serious challenges. So I was smart, I even put the arrows the same way. So this basket here should be a straight drop in. And if this one doesn't drop in, we're in trouble. Well, it drops in, but it doesn't feel right. Maybe it is right. The little bits down the bottom feel the same. This is live action guys. I've actually got no idea if these baskets are going to work properly in this filter. I'm not going to clean it because as you guys saw, I cleaned it the other day. And I'm not going to be able to pick that up with one hand. Alright, so now we need to put this on. I don't know what way it goes. That way, I think. Has this got an arrow on it? I've never noticed. I don't know if this is gonna fit, guys. I might just go off camera for a minute so I can concentrate. 2 hands. Alright, so you can see by the excessive amounts of water on the ground, I put it back together and I put it on and it started, oh sorry guys, I just had to get that clip on, and water started pouring out, like pouring, and it didn't have the rubber seal. And then I remembered Ryan gave me the rubber seal out of this like 6 months ago. So the seal that is in it now that I just took off the other filter is actually the original seal from this canister. So I'm going to try again. Alright, hoses are on. Let's hear what this does. Alright, that sounded better. It wasn't like I should have clicked before it actually filled up that it was that I could hear air pouring out. But sometimes I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I can't remember what way this tap's got to go. That is the right way. Alright, so now the cord's covered in water. Is this gonna work, guys? I'm a bit nervous. I mean, I guess it should. It's like brand new, but I seem to be having bad luck with canisters at the moment, so I'm doubtful. Let's just dry that off. on my shirt. I don't need to get electrocuted tonight. Alright. And we're off. Straight on. I don't know what the white stuff is. Or the brown stuff. We didn't replace any of the hoses or anything, so it's not debris in the hoses. I've got no idea what that is, but anyway. It is what it is. So, I need to plug the other one back in. I'm not that excited about it when it's wet. No more Blackbeard. Doesn't get rid of algae, but it saves me from getting electrocuted. And it's just this one. Should blow that off. Blowing it is perfect. I don't know, I don't want to touch that. I guess if it did trip, it would trip the RCD, but better to be safe than sorry, I always said. So generally what happens, every time I turn it off, this one makes a noise. It sounds like it's got no water in it, but it does have water in it, and it is working when it makes that noise, which is the weird thing. So I generally just leave it and it starts working again. Oh, there's a fair bit of water here. It's times like these I'm glad we haven't got our floor coverings yet, because yeah, the water. But we're going to tile it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Maybe hopefully one day there's enough flower horn sales to fund my flooring, which technically in the last month I've sold enough to pay for the flooring, but I've got to pay for a wedding first, and also I've put a fair bit of money back into the fish room. But anyway, let's go have a look at the barger. Alright guys, so I've never introduced this on the channel. If you guys have stalked my YouTube, you will actually notice there is a video of this barger ripping up sand dunes at the very start of my videos. It's before my YouTube channel was a vlog, when it was just me uploading random clips, and it's actually, you might not even be able to see it because it's actually got a song on it and it got done for copyright, but if you can, go have a look. So I had heaps. So this was my brother's little what's that? That's a buggy, a 1/10 buggy. It was slow, but it always went. It never broke down. None of these are good brands. Like, they're all HSP and that sort of thing. So that was probably the cheapest one of the lot, actually. Had a little HSP car. This thing used to rage. 2-speed. I don't really have a desire to get anything 1/10 running again. And then this is an old 1/10 HSP truck. I'm pretty sure the chassis on that one and the car is exactly the same. But anyway, so then I won't show you all the spare parts. There's heaps of spare parts. I bought this secondhand with spare parts, and I kind of think, I'm not sure if the guy I bought it off raced it, or whether he just had a huge addiction to ordering parts, because there's like doubles of everything. So basically what happened is the clutch blew up, and then I bought a new clutch, and the new clutch blew up. Like, or actually no, I don't even think I bought it. I think it was in the spare parts I had, and I've screwed that on. But the new clutch, the shoes fell off the clutch, the brand new clutch. I drove it for like literally 3 meters, and then I pulled it apart and had a look, figured out the clutch was stuffed, and gave up on it. Now, one of my friends is getting right into his RC and posting videos. It makes me want to get this thing going again. So basically, I found my containers of spare parts, but they didn't include the parts that I had taken off. So basically, I hunted and I hunted, and so here's what I've found and here's what I'm missing. I'm not missing much, but I don't know whether to order brand new or to try find it secondhand. So I've got this whole assembly. I've actually got a brand new clutch sitting at work because I actually ordered a new clutch before I looked at the car and figured out how much I'm actually missing. From memory, this pipe is worth a fair bit of money. I tried to paint it back in the day, but obviously the heat just melted it off. So I've got this plate here. I've got most of the bolts, I think, because there's actually full sets of bolts in there. So I think the guy I bought it off has been through a few clutches and stuff, because this set of bolts I was missing, and there's like 3 sets of the same bolts in this box. So I've got the cover, I've got the spur gear. Where is it? I've got heaps of spur gears actually, but this is the one I need. The rubbers inside it are a bit shitty, but they'll do. But actually they're really crappy. So I need to order new rubbers for the I don't know, that's not the spur gear, is it? What gear is that called? There might actually be a brand new one here that I can read the name. Oh, it is a spur gear. And then, so I've got heaps of gears for it. From memory, it needs a new servo. Like, not completely broken, but just not much power to steer it. I don't have radio for it. So, what was I showing you? Oh yeah, look, there's heaps of spare gears. Oh look, there's a brake pad. There's a brake assembly. I've got one brake disc, but I'm missing the carrier for the brake. So I don't know. What's this? Motor mounts. I don't even know. That looks 1/10. So yeah, let's talk about what we're missing. Look, there's even like shock rebuild kits, brand new springs. I've got so many parts, but unfortunately I just don't have the parts that I actually need. There's brand new hubs. But my camera's about to go flat, so let's talk about what I need before it goes flat. We're on 4%. Alright, so I need the brake and the brake carrier assembly. I've even got this, I've got the pin for this. I might even put that on now just so I don't lose it. I can't with my hands. I've got all the bolts. So I think I literally just need that brake assembly. So I might even order that tonight. Now the other problem is this motor. You ready? I'll turn the microphone around and see if you can hear it. Alright, that'll be... Oh, you know what it was? It was the clutch plates. Alright, so take back what I was about to say about the motor. The motor might actually be good. Alright, so scrap that idea. All I need is that brake assembly, and I need radio gear. So I've like pulled this whole back shed apart. It's completely trash. At the same time, I've created a bit more space. I can get into all the corners. But so I've got 3 controllers here, and they're all for Tava. So can anyone tell me if I can just get a receiver for these, or whether... I think it's just going to be easier to get a whole new controller. Alright guys, like I said earlier, I got the car running, firing, and it... So you give it a bit of throttle and it fires, but it doesn't start, and then you let the throttle off and it fires again, but doesn't start, and then after a couple of pulls it stops firing. So what that is when I'm full throttle it's letting the fuel in, but then when it's on idle it's not letting the fuel in. So it's a simple fix, but the only problem is now I've got to decide whether I order the part on eBay or pay 2 or 3 times the price at the hobby shop. I think I'm just going to buy a new carby. I need the new bubble, but because I blew the bubble up with the air compressor. It went pop quite loud, scared me. Or the other option is to do the bubble delete and just choke it out to prime the fuel. So there's so many options. I'm gonna have to decide it in the next 20 hours because I got to decide whether to go to the hobby shop after work tomorrow or not. I'm gonna put some more water in this tank. We've drained that much that it's actually it's not. There's enough water for the canister just to run, but it's definitely not happy. I'll probably just leave it. The drip system's on it, so who cares? But guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment about the Baja if you like RC cars. I'm sure, I know RC generally relates to people with aquariums. A lot of you know, just on that subject, a lot of you guys know somebody named Watto. People used to nickname him White Spot Watto, but I really don't want to call him that because I don't want him to be remembered for that. But unfortunately, he passed away. Just before he passed away, he actually gave me, I think it's Zenith, a 4-bolt main 30.5cc motor, but it needs a rebuild. It's in pieces. And he gave it to me for free, and I've always wanted to rebuild that motor, just to, if he is watching over, for him to be proud that I rebuilt it. Yeah, sad times really, but Watto was a huge influence on me in the fish hobby back at the start. So if you guys do know him, you'll know why I want to build the motor. He was such a nice guy. Just got caught up in the wrong crowd. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, I've already started this, haven't I? Let's do it again. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to comment, drop a comment. If you want to... I'm so confused right now. I guess I'll just see you tomorrow, guys. Peace out.